tied loose by the gate, saddle torn and the reins hung straight. No voice, no breath, just boots in the clay, and a trail of dust that slipped away. A bottle lay cracked near the barnyard wall. The wind stood still, then came the call. Gravel and mercy don't run the same. One leaves scars, the other leaves shame. Gravel and mercy, that's all that's left when the law don't care and the land takes the rest. He carved his guilt on a Bible page, set fire to hope, then rode off the stage. Folks still whisper when thunder rolls about the man who left without a soul. The banjo cries under blood-red skies, while the violin mourns where the silence lies. Gravel and mercy don't run the same. One leaves scars, the other leaves shame. Gravel and mercy, that's all that's left when the law don't care and the land takes the rest. You can beg the dirt, but it won't forgive. It just buries the truth with the lives we live. Saw him ride out past Widow's Bluff with a satchel of silver and a stare gone rough. The sky turned copper, the air stood still, and the dogs howled long from the chapel hill. No one followed, not even the brave. They say that trail turns into a grave. Joe never came back. The wind tells the tale of hoofbeats fading down a haunted trail. Joe never came back. No bones, no tracks, just a fiddle's cry. Tucker swears he heard a scream right where the creek cuts through the dream. He found a boot and a blood-soaked rope and the stench of death clinging to hope. Now the banjo moans when the night grows wide, and the violin weeps where Joe once lied. Joe never came back. The wind tells the tale of hoofbeats fading down a haunted trail. Joe never came back. No bones, no tracks, of flame. The dust don't bury it, remembers names.
Rides that canyon trail since Joe rode through. Leather Creek dies cold like he already knew. He left no tracks, just the scent of dread and a whisper hanging where the tall grass bled. The wind won't speak, the dogs won't bark. Joe's silence rides in after dark. Joe's empty saddle swings in the barn. No boots below, no voice, no harm. Joe's empty saddle still and cursed like the ghost of justice riding in reverse. He lit a match and burned his name, left town with nothing but grit and shame. Some say the devil took his side, others say Joe never really died. The river runs slower where his horse once drank, and folks still flinch at that old creek bank. Joe's empty saddle swings in the barn. No boots below, no voice, no harm. Joe's empty saddle still and cursed like the ghost of justice riding in reverse. The saddle creaks, but there's no man near, just the weight of what we all still fear.
Sam's bar Joe sat drinking dry, one eye on his glass, one on the sky. They said he killed without flinch or regret, but blood don't rest, it collects its debt. The One stare crooked, the hair held tight. Joe grinned sideways, took one more bite. Joe's final pour, whiskey mixed with dying grace. Ghost pulled up a chair, sin spilled on his face. Joe's final pour, glass neck like a loaded gun. His story stayed at the table, his time was done. The sheriff knew, but never dared to say. Fear or favor, either way, he'd look away. Then a crack in the dark rang clear and raw, and the bleeding glass was all they saw. The wall clock froze lying in place, only gunpowder told the pace. Joe's final pour, whiskey mixed with dying grace. Ghost pulled up a chair, sin spilled on his face. Joe's final pour, glass neck like a loaded gun. His story stayed at the table, his time was done. Shadows hiss and groan. Joe rode silent, bone to skin, hard to stone. He whispered to the moon with a crooked grin. But midnight swallowed and the dark crawled in. Crows sang dirges as the stars went blind, and Joe's old sins claw from behind. Joe's hollow skull, cold breath in an ancient veil. The shot cracked his smile, now silence tells the tale. Joe's hollow skull, blood soaked and dry. The earth reclaims all but the face that died. Came out the gulch with a twitch in his eye. Sun burned low and the buzzards flew high. Wore a coat full of holes and a mouth full of sin. The kind of man hell don't let back in. Every step he took, the sky turned gray, and the preacher swore he'd never pray. The dust took Joe, swallowed him whole, left just a stain on the canyon soul. The dust took Joe, no stone, no cross, just wind and ash where he got lost. He'd speak to shadows and laugh with bones, carved his stories in blood and stones. They say he made a deal with dirt and time. Now the earth won't give up the crime. Some nights the wind sounds like his draw, low and mean like a final call. The dust took Joe, swallowed him whole, left just a stain on the canyon soul. The dust took Joe, no stone, no cross, just wind and ash where he got lost. Kick up the dust, you might hear his name, but don't look back, he plays that game. He rode through the pines with a stain on his soul, a grin like a scar, eyes darker than coal. They say he left fire where his boots would tread, a man still breathing but halfway dead. Night came faster with Joe and walking, and the ground still whispers when folks stop talking. That's where Joe fell, near the hanging tree, shot through the truth he refused to see. That's where Joe fell, face down in dust, with no last prayer and no one to trust. A gambler, a sinner, a blade in disguise. His pockets were empty but full of lies. The wind brought thunder, the crows took flight, and Joe stood alone in the grip of night. There's a cross with no name where the silence grew. Only the dirt knows what Joe knew. That's where Joe fell, near the hanging tree, shot
the pine trees lean over the bones of what might have been.
He lit the match in silence, didn't speak, didn't pray, just watched the house go smoking as the past burned away. Ma's old chair caught fire first, rocked like she still sat there. Then the portrait screamed in silence, eyes melting through the glare. Ashes under hickory, smoke clings to my skin. I tried to bury memory, but the ground pulled me back in. Ashes under hickory, where it all begins again. Now every log I split out back sparks like a warning sign, and the hickory leans in whispering, what you done was never mine. Ashes under hickory, smoke clings to my skin. I tried to bury memory, but the ground pulled me back in. Ashes under hickory, that tree still calls me kin. I don't hear the flames, but they hear me.
He drowned the ledger in whiskey, set the barn fire to truth. Now the smoke climbs like scripture, and the field forgets its root. His boots left no direction, just a crow on the crossbeam. That river never ran holy, just black with broken dreams. There's coal in the riverbed, and names no stone could keep. He traded mercy for silence, now the water don't sleep. Coal in the riverbed, and these secrets buried deep. still floats there like it's waiting on a deal. But no man buys redemption in a town that don't feel. There's coal in the riverbed and names no stone could keep. He traded mercy for silence, now the water don't sleep. Coal in the riverbed, it pulls down what you reap. Still flows, but never clean.
I drew a salt line across the threshold, nailed a verse into the frame, hung a Bible upside down, and burned my daddy's name. The wind don't speak in whispers here, it howls like wolves in chains. I caught my shadow staring back with teeth I can't explain. Saw a line across the threshold, but the fire walks through just the same. You can paint the walls with scripture, but the devil knows your name. Saw a line across the threshold. This house still bleeds blame. Backyard next to bones I never met. The crows won't land on cedar, but they circle overhead. Saw a line across the threshold, but the fire walks through just the same. You can paint the walls with scripture, but the devil knows your name. Saw a line across the threshold, and still the house blames my name. There's no wall thick enough when hell is in your veins.
Down the path where fields are dry, the moon creeps over the barn. Crickets sing, but I hear voices, echoes wrapped in harm. The preacher's cane is splintered, he trades his prayers for smokes. In the cracks of rotting timber, old hymns become dark jokes.
Shadows on the green land, where the sins don't fade away. Every dying hope holds a scream from yesterday. Shadows on the green land, ashes in the clay. When the thunder hushes, bone shine in the wind, blood-soaked secrets whisper through the reeds. Mama on the porch keeps knitting, talking to a ghost in gray. Each stitch pulls back a memory that sorrow tried to fray. Shadows on the green land, where the sins don't fade away. Every dying hope holds a scream from yesterday. Shadows on the green land, ashes in the clay. The land sleeps still, but the shadows rise always. Six nails in the door frame, hammered in with prayer. Daddy said it keeps the spirits from breathing midnight air. Mama hung a horseshoe backward, salt laid by the stove. But that don't stop the crying coming up from down below. Six nails in the door frame, a charm against the past. But hell don't heed no warnings, it knocks then breaks the last. Six nails in the door frame, still it never lasts. Brother carved a symbol where the kitchen light won't shine. Says he hears our grandfather digging up the pine. Six nails in the door frame, a charm then breaks the last. 6 nails in the door frame, still it never lasts. And the door swings wide. As black as hell. Mama said, don't speak its name, don't look it in the eye. But I was born beneath its limbs, where no preacher dares to lie. The blood oak don't forgive, it don't forget your face. It carves your sins in silence, then buries time and place. The blood oak still breathes in the cracks of this disgrace. Nights heard chains without a sound. No man swings there anymore, but something's underground. The blood oak don't forgive, it don't forget your face. It carves your sins in silence, then buries time and place. The blood oak still breathes, and it's calling out my name. And there's a sound in the ravine at dusk, not birds, not wind, not rain. Like a choir with no lungs left, singing hymns in pain.
The sheriff found no footprints, but still they come in threes. Voices low like thunder, shaking leaves off trees. The bone choir sings below, where no light dares to stay.
just takes your name away. The bone choir sings slow, and it never ends the phrase. Salt along the ridges, cross steel above my bed, but the song came through the floorboards and stitched into my head. The bone choir sings below, where no light dares to stay. Just takes your name away. The bone choir sings slow till your soul decays. And now I'm alone without a mouth.
There's a tree that don't bear fruit, only rope and empty names. Folks don't walk that hill no more since the preacher burst in flames.
Mama said to never look where the shadows start to climb, but Daddy went and dug too deep. Now he sleeps beneath the pines.
Down by the gallows tree, the wind knows every crime. It don't creak from weather, it moans in time. Down by the gallows tree, truth hangs without a sign. I've seen eyes and foggy glass, heard names I never knew. That tree keeps growing taller, each lie adds a root or two. Down by the gallows tree, the wind knows every crime. It don't creak from weather, it moans in time. Down by the gallows tree, where the devil draws the line, that rope still swings, though no one pulls the knot at 1/2 sorrow, she lights the rusted flame, walks barefoot past the sycamore, whispering one name. They say he died at Shiloh Creek, but never came back right. Now his boots walk on the rooftop when she snuffs out the light. The widow's lantern burns where no fire should stay. It flickers through the rain like grief won't go away. The widow's lantern burns and the dead still know the way. She hums a tune from 42, the year he wore the ring. And every dawn she fades away like mist that hides a scream. The widow's lantern burns where no fire should stay. It flickers through the rain like grief won't go away. The widow's lantern burns and the dead still know the way. And if you see it glow, you're too far from home.
Lord, let the dirt swallow my soul. Cracked road boots digging to curse the ground. Blood on the crop, silence wears a rusted crown. Black gold in the swamp, chains still haunt the square. Freedom whispers through the smoke, but no one's really there. Joe the skull, oh don't talk, just plays that bleeding tune. His past ain't dead, it just sleeps under a red moon. I'm the frost on a southern cross, the shadow nailed to a gospel loss. Voices drown in the dirt I roam. My story cuts deep, don't need no home. Scars in the red dirt follow me. I'm Joe the skull, born from misery. Barns rot slow with the scent of sin. Shotgun prayers, whiskey thick on skin. Letters burnt, soul debts unpaid. Winds howling tales from a deal I made. Slide, guitar cries like a mother in pain. 808 kicks under rusted chain. Breathing in war, coughing up shame. Voices drown in the dirt I roam. My story cuts deep, don't need no home. Scars in the red dirt follow me. I'm Joe the skull, born from misery. Banjo fades into ash and cold. Joe's whisper low, let the dirt swallow so brosme, so broka, run, so broka, so broka, so broka. They said dig deep, I dug my name through bone and rust and widow shame. Joe the skull back from the hole where preachers whisper and dealers roll. Every step I take, the ground looks up like it knows I'm more cursed than love. 6 feet and rising, dirt in my grin. Ain't no coffin ever locked me in. I ride that beat like a rusty blade. My soul ain't clean, just well played. Ashes on my coat, smoke in my spit. Every verse I drop got grave in it. Guitar crying like it seen too much. Boot on the gas, grip cold to the cloth. They pray I fall, I pray they run. Ain't no heaven for the kind that knows the hymn of the earth and the path of crows. I ain't evil, just made from fire, and I burn slow in my own empire. 6 feet and rising, dirt in my grin. Ain't no coffin ever locked me in. I ride that beat like a rusted blade. My soul ain't clean, just well played.
Joe whispers, when the ground takes me, it'll ask permission.
Cornfield dead, sky turned brass. Preacher ran when the storm come fast. Joe stood tall with his mouth sewn shut, hands like ropes so carved in rut. Dust on the Bible laid in his grin. He plays the blues where the saints won't sin. I got thorns in the grain, blood in the seed. Ain't no prayer that this land gon' heed. Crows circle tight when the silence falls. I ain't lost, I just answered dark calls. Dirt's too dry to grow regret, so I plant pain, that's all I get. Banjo bent and strings cry slow. Every chord's a winged I show. They said Joe died in '89, but death keeps missing me every time. Knock twice at the gate, won't swing. Say my name, see what it brings. Mud don't forget and bones don't lie. I haunt the field where angels die. Got thorns in the grain, blood in the sea. Ain't no prayer that this land gon' heed. Crows circle tight when the silence falls. I ain't lost, I just answered darker calls.
Joe's breath. You don't plow this field, it plows you.
Dirt roads don't sleep, they just drink the rain. Hollow eyes watch through, afraid of pain. Joe walks slow with the 6-string curse. Boots drag blood and it only gets worse. Moon crack wide like a broken grin. A shadow moves, yeah, he lets it in. Crows fly low over mudtown fields. Truth gets buried, never healed. Steel on my back, fire in my breath. I don't sing life, I sing through death. Barbed wire fences stitched to the sky. The blues here bleed, they don't cry. Banjos rot, but the beat still kicks. Grit in the rhythm, hell in the mix. I got bones in my chords, war in my veins. Every note I play drags iron chains. You hear that sound, that's warning friend. Three crows scream, that's the end. Bullet prayers in the southern mist. Joe smiles slow, then clenches his fist. No slide low over mudtown fields. Truth gets buried, never is. He'll leave my beer, he'll on. I'll down live my shame through death. Crows fly low over mudtown fields. Truth gets buried, never healed. Steel on my back, fire in my breath. I don't sing life, I sing through death. I don't sing life, I sing through death. A single crow lands on the grave still. Not even death can pay this bill.
The trees lean wrong where the soil cracked dry. A line in the woods where truth won't lie. First chord strikes like a broken note. Fingers stiff, voice rough like love. Every note a splinter pulled from wrath. This is cursed timberline where the forest won't speak. Guitar ring sharp and the 808 leads. No map, no light, just a noise so bad. Strong for survival, not aftermath. Rain don't fall, it just stares down. Smoke from the strings beat underground. Banjos tense like a loaded trap. Guitar snaps back with the thunderclap. You don't escape, you adapt. Let the wood creak, let the sound stretch thin. In every fret's a wound stitched within. Don't call this home, call it what it's been. A place where mercy never begins. This is cursed timberline where the forest won't speak. Guitar ring sharp and the 808 lead. No map, no light, just a noise so fast. Strong for survival, not aftermath.
Vinha e volta inteiro de lá.
Dry creeks crack, no water runs, just bones and boots and rusted guns. Fence line split by lightning scar. Whiskey breath and an old cigar. Ain't no preacher riding this far.
This is Dry Creek Hollow, lost and lean where the soil speaks dark and the sky stays mean. Steel string truths from a wooden bed. You ain't alive, just not yet dead. Mula fugiu, o cão não ladra mais. Poeira sobe onde a colheita jaz. Gaita geme como se soubesse o fim. Cada acorde um tiro, cada verso um sim. Ninguém canta aqui, só toca assim. Nesse sertão, a trilha é torta, o fôlego é curto. Aqui se sobrevive, é por orgulho. This is Dry Creek Hollow, lost and lean where the soil speaks dark and the sky stays mean. Steel string truth from wooden bed. You ain't alive, just not yet dead.
This land plows no more, just swallow sound. Beat kicks slow like it's underground. Banjo scrapes while the guitar grieves. This ain't hope, it's the ghost that breathes. Tracks lead nowhere, boots drag slow. Each step thuds like a berry blow. Fence post sweep in the sunrise hush. No wind, just breath and bone crush. There's no voice here but the hush. Guitar picks truth from a field gone black. 808 rattles like a spine on crack. This ain't for prayer or peace or rain. It's sound raised up from pain. This land plows no more, just swallow sound. Beat kicks slow like it's underground. Banjo scrapes while the guitar grieves. This ain't hope, it's the ghost that breathes. Boots scrape clay where the hollows hum. No church bells here, just a war drum. Fingers bleed on a weathered string. Smoke in the throat, nowhere to sing.
What grows in pain don't feel like spring. There's rust below the skin and it won't clean. Voices in the fields whisper what they've seen. The banjo claws, the guitar pleads. This dirt don't ask, it feeds.
Shadows bend where the wind go. Ash on the fence, graves in a row. The sky leans heavy with stories
stories untold, truths carved deep in the timber mold. Ain't no mercy in this cold. Strum the wounds, let rhythm break. Every chord's a step I take, not looking back. I ride the flame with silence sharp and soul untamed. There's rust below the skin and it won't clean. Voices in the fields whisper what they've seen. The banjo claws, the guitar pleads. This dirt don't ask, it feeds. Whisper, you don't live here, you survive.
Dark country hip hop, sede une, violão, violão seco e percussivo, banjo distorcido, eirole profundo, vocal masculino, a esfera rural sombria com sons de corvo e madeira queimada. Você disse, com entradas de violão, o chat de PT disse, título Low Ground Psalms.
First drum hits like a warning bell. The ground don't lie, it just don't tell. Steps land heavy where prayers decay. Strings vibrate what graves can't say. Each note a scar that chose to stay. These are low ground psalms with no release. Guitar bleeds slow, no song for peace. Banjo snaps like a bone in five. This ain't no dawn, just stretched out night. Shed just ropes and dust. What breeze in here don't know trust. Strum echoes deep where the soul won't dig. Words drip down like a hangman's rig. No chorus saves, no rhythms big. Guitar walks first, then the beat crawls in. Each string pulled tight like rusted skin. This ain't a place for the kind of clean. Just barbed wire sound in a haunted machine. These are low ground psalms with no release. Guitar bleeds slow, no song for peace. Banjo snaps like a bone in five. This ain't no dawn, just stretched out night. Final whisper. The strings remember what we forget. Lights are low, countdown drops. Eyes wide open, no one stops. Floating beats from far away, signals bending into play. Moving fast, no rules apply. We don't fall, we amplify. Bass from beyond, breaking the sound. We touch the sky without the ground. Every drop shakes space and time, locked in this interstellar cloud. Circuits flash, we lose control. Rhythm skins our burning soul. No escape, we ride the wave. Every loop a raven spade. Bass from beyond, breaking the sound. We touch the sky without the ground. Every drop shakes space and time, locked in this interstellar cloud. Lights are low, countdown drops, eyes wide open, no one stops. Floating beats from far away, signals bending into play. Moving fast, no rules apply. We don't follow, we amplify. Bass from beyond, breaking the sound. We touch the sky without the ground. Every drop shakes space and time, locked in this interstellar climb. Circuits flash, we lose control. Rhythm scans our burning soul. No escape, we ride the wave. Every loop of raving space. Space from beyond, breaking the sound. We touch the sky without the ground. Every drop shakes space and time, locked in this interstellar fading out, but still we feel the beat that made the silence real.
One more loop, we fade inside. Sound connects, no need to hide. Data flows, the night reacts. Every kick erases facts. Voices glitch and stretch in time. Frequencies begin to climb. Cosmic sync, we move as one. Locked in waves until it's done. No tomorrow, no regret. The drop's the only truth we get. The drop's the only truth we get. The drop's the only. Echo bursts and lights collapse. Lost in digital synapse. No direction, just the feel. What we touch is what is real. Cosmic sync, we move as one. Locked in waves until it's done. No tomorrow, no regret. The drop's the only truth we get. Track fades slow, but we still glow. In that sound, we'll always go. Step inside, no time to speak. Feel the build, the future leaks. Oh,
circuits glow. Sync begins, the tempo grows. We don't talk, we just obey. Drop commands and we obey. Dissolves, but the loop stays, never resolves.
Step inside, no time to speak. Feel the build, the future leaks. Wires bend and circuits glow. Sync begins, the tempo grows. We don't talk, we just obey. Drop commands and we obey. Dark light loop, we spin and fall. Trapped inside this endless call. Echo deep, the system runs. We become the sound of drums. Dark light loop, we spin and fall. Trapped inside this endless call. Echo deep, the system runs. We become the sound of drums. Every glitch a secret door. Every tone a wave of war. Faster now, we blur the line. Bass consumes the pulse and time. Dark light loop, we spin and fall. Trapped inside this endless call. Echo deep, the system runs. We become the sound of drums. Oh, 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 oh. One last flash, the track dissolves, but the loop stays, never resolves.
Pulse ignites, the crowd ignites, stuck in time, surrounded by lights, circling stars in endless loops, sound waves cut in neon swoops. Every flicker, every beat builds the floor beneath our feet. Neon drift, we lose control, falling through this audio hole. Spend the night, forget the day. No more words, just sound to stay. Louder now, the signal climbs, truth erased by perfect chimes. Bodies float, no gravity, we become the frequency. Neon drift, we lose control, falling through this audio hole. Spend the night, forget the day. No more words, just sound to stay. Silence waits, but not for long. We're still here where beats belong.